Hey everybody, it's Brittany. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a tropical plant haul. In the last couple weeks I went on a day trip to Montreal, which is about 2.5 hours from here. And as part of the trip I went to this really cool shop in the Montreal called Flora Exotica. It's basically a place that has tons of cool exotic plants, and a lot of them are edible plants. For today I just wanted to show off some of the cool plants that I picked up because I'm really excited about it, and so I hope that you guys will be also excited about kind of seeing how they do, because I'll probably do a few more videos about, you know, progress with them, how to repot everything, because some of these are pretty small, so I'm definitely going to be repotting them soon. So here's one plant, and this is ginger. Now ginger, of course, is a rhizome, which means the ginger that we use is below ground. So right here, these two stalks, they could be each from a separate rhizome, but I'm thinking more likely they're both from the same rhizome. But this definitely needs to be repotted. I can't imagine the rhizome being quite that large because it's such a small pot. So if I want the rhizome to spread, then I definitely need to get that into a bigger pot. So I'll be doing that soon. Next, we have lemongrass. It's interesting because I've tried growing lemongrass from seed as an annual. It's very tiny. You never really get the stalk that you would want for cooking in this climate because there's just not a long enough growing season. Again, I need to put it into a larger pot so that it can multiply, because that's how it reproduces. It will eventually multiply, and then I can I can harvest some of the stalks and leave the rest of the stalks to sort of propagate and keep the plant going. Next, I have my kaffir lime tree. Now, as you can see, it's very tiny, so I'm definitely going to be repotting it. Although with these, you always have to be careful that you only repot them into slightly larger containers, because the roots aren't that large, and so you don't want a lot of excess soil that aren't being filled by roots, because then that soil will hold water and the overall soil will get too soggy for the plants. So you always want to be careful with that. So I'm going to try my best to find just a slightly larger pot than this to repot it in. But the neat thing about kaffir lime is these double leaves right here. It's just a neat looking plant, and they also produce fruit, so it's sort of this lime with this kind of knobby looking skin, and I'll be interested in trying that, but that's really not why I want this plant. I want this plant for the leaves. And so this plant, as well as the two other plants I just showed you, the ginger and lemongrass, I got all three of those because I love Thai cooking. It'll be really neat to be able to sort of use all three ingredients fresh from my indoor garden. Next, I actually have another type of lime, and this looks a lot different from the kaffir lime, which is really interesting. And this is called a finger lime. I'm definitely going to put up a picture of a finger lime in case you guys haven't seen it. Super cool, right? Next, I have a young mango tree. Again, quite small, so it's probably going to be a couple years until it produces something. It'll be interesting to see how long it takes to get fruit. I know with the kaffir lime, he said that I could start harvesting leaves in my second year, or in its second year. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly these plants grow. Here's a bit of a larger plant. I was kind of saving money by going with smaller plants because I just wanted to get such a wide variety and I of course had a limited budget, so I ended up going with smaller plants. But we wanted to go with a larger plant, and this is it. This is a pineapple guava. We wanted something with some nice fragrant flowers, and apparently this will give us fragrant flowers as well as really nice tasting fruit. So I'm really excited to see how this turns out. This is a dragon fruit cactus. As you can see, it is way too big for this pot, so it's definitely going to be repotted soon. I just need to figure out what kind of medium dragon fruit likes. We do have cactus mix, so that might work, but you know, not every cactus wants cactus mix. I'll be doing some research on that and figure it out. This is bay laurel or bay leaves. If you've ever done say spaghetti sauce or some kind of French cooking, you've probably used bay leaves. It'll be interesting to try them fresh because I've only ever had them dried or used them anyway. You don't eat bay leaf. You put it in a sauce or something, let it simmer, and then you take the bay leaf out. My last plant from Montreal is this vanilla orchid. Now it's quite different from most other orchids. If you're familiar with orchids, they tend to just sort of be a single plant with a flower, but this vanilla orchid will actually climb. So I'm actually figuring out the best way to provide a climbing apparatus for this once I repot it. I also found some terrestrial orchid mix, which is a mixture of some soil but also with a lot of bark. Specifically, they recommend something called fir bark as opposed to, say, the more commonly offered pine bark. Once I finalize what I'm going to be doing for my vanilla plant, I'll probably do a whole other video just for that because I think it is going to be a little complicated. But I'm really looking forward to the time that I'll be able to harvest my own vanilla beans, since real vanilla extract or vanilla beans are quite expensive. So considering that I think I paid about $5 for this plant and it will maybe only take a year or two for me to get some vanilla beans, I think that's a pretty awesome investment. So as I said, that's it for the plants that I got from Montreal. However, in the past week I did go to a local plant nursery, which is a really nice plant nursery. It's definitely a place where me and my mom, who's also a fan of plants, can get lost in for a couple hours. We did some browsing and I stumbled upon these two plants, and these are hibiscus plants. Specifically the tropical hibiscus. There are hibiscus varieties that are hardy to our zone, but the reason why I wanted the tropical hibiscus plants is because I know for sure that they are edible, specifically the flowers and what's called the calyx, which is the fruit that forms after the flower withers. Those are all edible. People say even the leaves are edible. But specifically I wanted them for the flowers, which you can make a tea out of. You can either dry the petals and make a tea, or I've seen some people even just throw the flower fresh into a glass and pour hot water into it. And apparently the tea is slightly sweet if you use the petals, slightly astringent if you use the leaves, but really healthy for you. And the calyxes as well are apparently quite healthy for you. So unfortunately, because these are considered annuals by our nursery, since they would only, if we were to plant them outside, they would die when the winter came. They didn't have the botanical name, which is the Latin name, on these labels. So unfortunately, I didn't know exactly what variety this is, but I'm pretty sure it's either Hibiscus rosa sinensis or Hibiscus sabidorifa, which are both edible, and those are the most commonly found sort of tropical varieties of hibiscus, so I figure it's one of those. So thanks for watching this quick video showing the tropical edibles that I've gotten. I'm really excited to repot them and grow them and hopefully eventually harvest from them. I love to cook, and as I said, I love to cook Thai food, so some of the tropical fruits and vegetables will be really nice to be able to use, especially since I live so far away from specialty markets, so it's kind of a chore to have to go into town just to get like a few specialty ingredients. So hopefully in a year or two I'll be able to just walk into my living room and get those exotic ingredients to cook with. So I'm really excited, and I hope you guys will stay tuned to see how things progress. So if you like this video, please like it, and if you'd like to see more, please subscribe to my channel. And thank you very much for coming along with me. I hope to be able to have more videos out soon, and until then, happy gardening!